All right, and good afternoon. Welcome to our WWL Plus weather update. We're also streaming on Facebook, so if you join us on Facebook, you can ask us questions. I'm going to do a little bit of a weather discussion, a little bit more in-depth, even more so than we can do on air, as we're going to go through a number of models, and then we're going to do a little bit of question and answer to hopefully alleviate any concerns that you might have with some of the wild posts that I've been seeing on social media. So let's take us through. What we know is on the way starting tonight. A lot of folks have been asking, when would I start to need to run that water? It's we always kind of get mixed reports and information about running water, because it does kind of reduce the water pressure if firefighters need to fight a fire, but you also do want to protect those pipes. So if you absolutely need to, it's going to be that thin stream of water beginning tonight on both sides of the lake. We're going to be very close in the metro area, but I would err on the side of caution, and definitely both sides of the lake have those pipes protected starting tonight. Our winter storm warning is now in place, and we will see several inches of snow as we go throughout the day on Tuesday, and it is now looking more and more likely that this may be an all snow event. We'll talk about some of the pros and cons of that. So what you need to prepare for: the hard freeze, as well as staying home. Not that you were going to be trapped in your homes, but just staying off the roadways. It's going to be, you'll be able to get around if you need to, if absolutely necessary, but just hang inside if you don't need to go anywhere Tuesday, and certainly into Wednesday morning, and the possibility even going into Thursday morning. And we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Now, here's the most likely scenario for our snow and that sleet, freezing rain line as we go through the day on Tuesday. If you remember, this is a graphic that went back to last week. This line was quite a bit farther north. Well, it's looking more and more likely that it's going to be more of southeast Louisiana seeing all snow, maybe some frozen precipitation like freezing rain or sleet mixed in there, but it's looking more and more likely that this is going to be primarily a snow event. And I will say, this line is going to fluctuate, and it may fluctuate even farther down to the south. A lot of folks have said, well, I've kind of split Thibodaux and Houma. A lot of models indicating it's going to be primarily snow in Houma as well. So don't focus too much on that line, only with regards to the fact that it has pushed much farther south. So this is what our thinking is going to be for accumulation: 3 to 5 inches, primarily both sides of the lake. There really hasn't been anything in the guidance saying that the North Shore is going to get necessarily more than the South Shore. Now, obviously, as you go farther south from the city, the accumulation total should be less, but more so as you head into the western Florida parishes and out toward the Atchafalaya and more so Acadiana. That's where we could see over a half a foot of snow. Right now, and I will be honest, these are kind of on the higher end of the 3 to 5 inches on both sides of the lake. Those, keep something in mind. Well, we've had a number of dustings of snow over Metro New Orleans. The last time we had over just an inch of snow was back in 1963. It was on New Year's Eve, 1963. So that was 2.7 inches. We could see double that as we head into Tuesday. Here's what some of the models are saying. Now, this is the GFS. It's on a little bit lower, 1 to 3 across much of the area. Parts of the North Shore, more so Florida parishes, 3 to 5. Then as you head out toward Baton Rouge, 5 to 7 inches of snow. As we look at the Euro, a little bit higher, and kind of the range of what we were thinking, 3 to 5. Notice this model actually has a bit more on the South Shore than it does north of the lake, which is why our thinking right now is going to be kind of even amount north and south. So you don't have to travel anywhere if you want to see the snow. I'm thinking back to 2008, or excuse me, 2017, where we had quite a bit of snow on the North Shore, not much of anything south of the lake, and a lot of folks, including my wife and daughter, headed up to the North Shore to see the snow. That's not going to be the case. You will be able to see it just about everywhere across southeast Louisiana. Now, I'm also going to show this model. This is the one model that I have seen a few folks share on social media, and it is the extreme outlier. This is the graph model. These are extreme numbers that not even the forecast package that the Weather Service uses in their extreme numbers, it's not even this high. So these are almost out of the ballpark type numbers of what is not likely to occur. The chance of this is incredibly low. That 3 to 5, I think, is a solid number. Again, don't base anything on just one model output. That's why we tend to show the different models and then give you our best estimate as we've looked at all of the data. And this is going back for several days of looking at the data. Now, a rough idea of the timing. We're going to be under mostly clear skies tonight and mostly sunny skies during the day tomorrow. As we head later into the evening, that's when the clouds start rolling in, and then we start to see some of that frozen precipitation, maybe starting before daybreak. Note how the model has a little bit of snow, but also maybe some isolated areas or spotty areas of kind of freezing precipitation or a mix of sleet, snow, and freezing rain. That line really gets pushed down farther south as we go through the morning, and then some significant snowfall across the region throughout most of the day tomorrow. Good news is, though, it's not going to be an all-day event. As we get toward 5, 6, 7 o'clock, most, if not all, of the snow will already be moving out. Then comes the question of ice on roadways. Now, during the day on Tuesday, early in the morning, it's going to take some time to see any kind of accumulation on the ground. It usually ends up a little bit longer for the snow to occur for any accumulation on the roads. If we do see those several inches and it's through the course of the afternoon and into the early evening, then we could see some snow accumulated on the roads. The good news, though, is that if we don't see as much of the freezing rain or anything melting and then refreezing, ice may be a bit more limited. And in fact, a lot of the models are now really downplaying just where the ice accumulation would be. Not over the city, certainly not across the North Shore. It may be down in the bayou parishes south of the city as you approach the coast. These may be the only areas where ice is more of a concern as we get into our Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Then the question will be, what do the temperatures do Wednesday during the day to help clear any snow on the ground or if there is any ice on the roadways. As we start into Tuesday morning, the temperatures have not really been solidified just yet. Some of the models still try and bring temperatures just above freezing, which will cause a little bit of melting, and then getting back below freezing, which would then cause some refreezing, and that is where we could see some of those spotty areas of ice. Otherwise, it looks like we may stay below freezing throughout the day for much of southeast Louisiana on Tuesday. Then we're certainly getting back below freezing as we head into Wednesday morning. We will get above freezing Wednesday during the day, but not dramatically so. So it may be that there will still be snow on the ground throughout the day on Wednesday, even into Thursday morning, which is why I was saying there is that possibility of the kind of hanging out at home through Thursday morning. We will see. Here's a look at two of the other models, our Euro and our GFS. And again, the timing really is about the same. Early morning, we'll start to see more so out to the west and patchy areas. Now, this is going to get started much earlier out to the west and will be ongoing throughout the afternoon and evening. There will be some bands within there of heavy snowfall. May get a little period, as per the Euro, of maybe a little bit of frozen precipitation. We'll see. That exact line, again, is going to be key to where it's going to be ice on the roads or it is just snow on the roads. Then as we get into early Wednesday morning, snow, rain, ice, it's all gone. Timing-wise, about the same. GFS does bring it in a little bit earlier and then kind of continues it through the afternoon and evening. So this is not an all-day event, but certainly all during the midday and afternoon hours before the snow and any kind of wintry weather clears out. What we're waiting to happen is the development of a Gulf low. There is nothing there right now. In fact, we're dominated by high pressure up to our north. So we have to wait for that system to even develop before we know the real impacts and the timing. Now, the models have been fairly consistent over the last several days, but kind of like with tropical weather, until something forms, it does make forecasting it a little bit more difficult. That system gets going as we head into the probably midday hours tomorrow. That low will start to organize, and then the system moves in early Tuesday morning, clears out by Wednesday, or really Tuesday evening, and then by Wednesday we're back under mostly sunny skies, which again should help to melt any snow that has accumulated. The cold air is moving south and will continue to do so. Look, now the heart of that cold air is into southern Canada and the northern United States, and it is still pushing south. So the heart of that coldest, or the more Siberian air mass has already started to move into into the northern United States and will continue to push south over the coming days. High temperatures will be only into the lower 40s, a hard freeze on the North Shore and south of the lake. It'll be right near the hard freeze line for the metro area tomorrow, but I would protect the pipes just in case. And also it'll be breezy in the morning tomorrow, so keep in mind that wind chill will feel like the teens. It's not the greatest of days to even want to go outside. Again, the temperatures are kind of the question mark on Tuesday, whether or not we actually get above freezing at all during the day. If we stay below freezing and it is only snow, that's actually our best case scenario. We can still function. It's the ice that becomes more dangerous. It is going to be very cold on Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning right now looking to be our coldest morning in the teens and mid-20s. That is definitely a hard freeze on the South Shore. And again, we'll have kind of a close call on another hard freeze south of the lake on Thursday morning. So several mornings of hard freezes. Once those pipes are protected tonight, just leave them wrapped for the week. We're back into the upper 40s during the day Friday. Again, maybe near a hard freeze north of the lake. And then notice this, kind of a quick warm-up. When you're on the Gulf Coast, it doesn't take much to see those temperatures start to spike. We're back into the 50s as we head into our Saturday, 56. It'll be a cold morning, 20s and 30s, but above freezing on the South Shore. And then as we head into Sunday, the high 65. It'll be almost balmy. Actually, that even back to the 40s will feel almost balmy as temperatures will start to rebound toward next weekend.
Isn't it crazy how it's just so drastically different on
You know, that's the thing. When you're on the Gulf Coast, you can get cold. We can still get cold. Now, even those temperatures are not record temperatures. Right. So, you know, you got to kind of put it in perspective. Yes, snow is very rare. As I said, the last time we had over just an inch, and that's not much.
Not much at all.
Was 1963. My mom was little, and there's a great picture of her and her siblings wearing bunny bread bags over their shoes because, you know, we don't have waterproof shoes or anything snowshoes. So.
Interesting, yes.
So,
I got to see that picture.
I need to find that. That's a good one.
All right, so I'm here because I'm going to ask you questions.
Yes, we got
questions that folks are asking. So if you are watching, make sure you ask some questions. I've already seen a few.
Okay.
So
what do the people want to know?
The people want to know, you kind of said this, will it snow in New Orleans?
Yes. It is looking, that was kind of the question going back to last week of whether or not we would see it here in the city. That freezing line was going to be close. It's looking more and more likely that that line of where it would be kind of a frozen precipitation to snow to sleet is looking to be farther and farther south. Now, there may be a period we get a little bit of that, especially in the morning on Tuesday. Then once it changes over to snow, it looks like it's going to stay snow throughout the day and evening or afternoon.
And in my opinion, my uneducated and unmeteorological opinion, but my experience opinion, because I used to live in Alaska.
Yeah, you know
Listen,
cold.
I know cold. I like snow better than ice.
Absolutely.
For getting around, for the city 100%. To be able to clean the streets. Like, snow is better than ice, and you can play in the snow.
Absolutely, and it's looking to be, like I was showing in that graphic, the ice is looking to be less of a widespread concern compared to snow. Now, snow on the streets can still cause some issues.
Especially if you're in a city that's not used to it.
Absolutely, if you're in an area that is not accustomed to it, but this is the ice accumulation forecast. It's looking more spotty in nature and more so down a little bit farther south where we would likely see temperatures above freezing and then getting back below freezing, and more likely the areas that we would get frozen or freezing rain. That would be the area that we would have more of the ice concern. Again, snow on the streets can still be hazardous, and we don't know if there are any questions in there about road closures. We still don't know what that decision is.
Right, and that's the thing. So there is a question about road closure. Will the streets be open? That's not up to the news people.
Unfortunately, that's not up to us.
If we could,
if we knew, we would tell you now. But I think the city is kind of waiting.
Right,
and to be honest, it's kind of a wait and see. If this system is looking to be moving in as snow, it usually is going to be probably the better move to close overpasses, any elevated roads, because those roads exposed are going to be much colder than just your surface streets. But surface streets are still going to be open. Remember the last time we had a bad ice storm here,
that was 2017.
Surface streets were still passable. We were still able to function as long as you don't have to drive over any bridges. But there are going to be folks that are isolated that you can't cross the river, cross the lake.
Well, and a part of this, the big thing here is a lot of places are closing schools and activities and meetings and city buildings and things like that. So if you don't have to get outside and drive, you should just enjoy that time at home.
Yes, enjoy the time.
Curl up. Put that blanket on.
Go play in the snow. We're not going to get too many of these.
But don't drive nowhere. You
just don't drive.
You don't have to go anywhere.
If you don't have to drive, I wouldn't drive.
Get your snacks today.
Get your snacks.
And get back in the house.
And again, you can still function because I've seen pictures of grocery stores selling out of everything. Look, this is not one of these.
Why did, when I went to Target yesterday, why did y'all take all the toilet paper out of there? I don't understand.
Look, you could take some to the bathrooms here.
I found a little bit, but I'm just saying it was empty. All right, let's get back to the question.
No, these are serious questions.
These are serious questions.
People need this.
No, but don't buy out the toilet paper. The snow will melt.
Look, the snow will melt. And again, by next weekend, we're in the 60s. So this isn't a long term. This isn't.
Exactly. Okay, so another question. What about Houma? Will they see some snow?
It's looking more. I was talking about that kind of that line right north of Houma. They say, hey, wait, you put Thibodaux in it, but not Houma.
Yeah.
That line is my best estimate of where the sleet snow line is going to be.
Look,
to be honest, I could redraw that, and honestly, looking at the data through this evening, I might redraw that and shift it a little bit farther down to the south.
Because Rachel Hanley would love for it to snow in Houma.
Is she going to be in Houma?
She's going to be in Houma, yeah.
I mean, Houma,
she
honestly,
wants to see some snow.
You kind of get when you're away from any of the bodies of water, those areas tend to be colder. So temperatures in Houma probably will be colder than they are in the city. And again, we're expecting snow in the city.
Somebody said they took all the water and bread at Winn-Dixie in St. Charles Parish.
Okay, what is the deal with the bread?
How many sandwiches are y'all making?
What is the deal? It's a bread and milk thing. What is that?
And if you're taking, I think they think the power is going to go out. I don't know about the milk, but for the bread, they think the power is going out. They're going to make a sandwich.
But you know what? If the ice isn't as bad, that's not going to take down power lines. Snow isn't. It's the ice that would accumulate on power lines or tree branches. But if there's not as much ice, then that shouldn't be.
And if your power goes out, let me tell you what you do.
What do you do? Because
when I was in Alaska, the power didn't even go out. But when I was in Alaska, we had a party at work.
I don't know. Where's this going?
So when they had like a lot of sodas and stuff, they put the sodas outside in the snow. You can put if your fridge goes out, just put it outside.
Put it outside.
It'll be fine.
Get your bottle of champagne, put it out in the front lawn.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
You're ready to go. It's an ice chest, you know? Okay, next question. When was the last time that we had something like this, and what will Chalmette be like?
Chalmette will still see measurable snow, a few inches. Again, for the South Shore, it doesn't happen as often. And what it was interesting to me, because I remember several snows as a kid, 1989, a little bit later than that in the 90s, and then of course we had the snow Christmas Day 2004. We were talking about the snow I think we had in 08 or 09, I believe, and then we had the trace of it in 17. But to go back to just an inch or more of snow,
that's a lot for you all.
That's 1963. That was the last time we had over an inch of snow.
Wow.
So all of those snows that we rememly as kids, at least in my generation, it wasn't even over an inch of snow.
I'm from Texas, and growing up in Texas, I only remember only one time that it was like coming out the sky, but never on the ground. And I do remember huge icicles. Texas got it bad with the ice.
And we've had ice. We've had several instances of ice here. That tends to be more common than the snow.
Yeah, well, this time we want snow, not ice.
It's looking that more and more. I've been saying, our best case scenario was we got nothing from this. Second to that would be if this was just all snow, and it's looking to be more of an all snow event.
Okay, somebody said it is saying 9 inches in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Those were some of the extreme numbers.
Okay, I was about to say that.
Those were some of the extreme numbers. That's why I showed that. And our little discussion here and what we're doing on streaming, I'm not showing those graphics at 10 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Those were merely for you folks as kind of this is what we look at as meteorologists.
Right.
And you have to understand when you throw that kind of data out because it doesn't line up with anything else that we're seeing.
This is when your education comes in.
That's when your education, and the fact that some people are posting those kind of graphics, showing these extreme numbers, it is infuriating because then I get asked, well, I saw this post. It's like, well, I didn't post it.
Okay.
Maybe ask that guy.
Listen, whenever I need to know what's going on,
look, I'll throw shade.
Call Chris Franklin.
I'll throw shade, but just ask me about my forecast, not someone else's.
Period.
Period. Boo. I'm telling everybody.
Okay, period.
Okay.
All right, let's keep it moving.
All right, yes, right.
Okay,
We are on air.
Okay, now y'all don't beat me up for butchering this. Is it Chauvin or Chauvin?
Chauvin.
Chauvin. Okay. Somebody said they're in Chauvin and they want to know. Well, the app says they might get some snow. Will they get some snow?
Yeah, it's looking like that as well.
Okay, and then I saw something else about Chauvin. Hold on. Oh,
I mean, look, even
what does the snowfall look like, and do you think it will stick? We want to build a snow. do you want to build a snow?
But and that's what's funny is the snow that we're expecting. This is probably snowman building numbers.
Stop.
I mean, a small one, but
I haven't had a good snow day in a while.
We haven't had one in years, so.
Well, I mean, I've lived in places where you can have them, and a good snow day is a good time. It's a good time.
I am hopeful. We're getting kind of this range of, I'm showing the numbers here, that's the kind of 3 to 5. That's why I said one model has a little bit more of the North Shore, another model has a little bit more south of the lake. That's why my numbers are kind of even north and south.
Okay, but here's something I want to say to the people. Do not leave your house if you live down here and try to drive somewhere up north to go play with the snow.
No, and that's the thing. This is one that you don't have to leave to go see it.
Because you're going to see some snow at your place.
That's what happened in 17. A lot of folks wanted to drop it to the North Shore to see it, which is fine. It doesn't happen here very often, but you're not going to need to do that.
Okay, but don't do it because
do it anyway.
Because then I'm gonna have to come find you and
then we're talking about the accident.
If you're all right, yeah,
right.
don't get in an accident.
No,
don't do that.
Don't put Whitney through this.
Okay.
Just don't.
Everybody calm down.
Whitney does not want to have to go through this right now.
I don't want to go through this. Okay, will we be out of the woods on Thursday?
Huh? I was looking at text, I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord. Will we be out of the woods on Thursday?
Thursday, absolutely. The question is going to be whatever falls, and it really is going to be kind of a, day of plan. Whatever falls on Tuesday, we'll have to assess what is on the ground and then how warm we actually get during the day Wednesday temperatures are only going to be in the upper 30s, so we will get above freezing, but and we will see mostly sunny skies, so that should help really clear out most of anything on the roads. There still could be some patchy areas maybe going into Thursday morning, but then after that we're fine. Okay,
realistically, what time will it start on Tuesday?
Realistically, I think we'll start to see kind of the dustings of it probably before daybreak, so before 6 a.m. And then as we get closer to 7, 8, that's when it should be a fairly substantial snow beginning.
Courtney says she has a flight that leaves. When Courtney? Tell me when your flight leaves. Speaking of flights, I have been doing some research.
Got a flight.
Well, you ain't got to tell people my business.
I thought you were open and honest with everyone.
I am. If they ask, I got answers.
She's not going anywhere. I lied. Never mind.
No, but I've been monitoring the planes.
Yes.
Okay, and Louis Armstrong, New Orleans International Airport, says that they're monitoring the winter weather, and they want passengers to check with their airline to make sure your flight is all right. But I was looking on the Southwest app, for no particular reason.
Just because you're a studious reporter and journalist.
I'm studying, I'm researching. And things have changed. Okay, so a couple of days ago when I looked, they said that there was a travel advisory. This is called Winter Storm Enzo?
No.
Okay, what is that?
There's a group of people based in Atlanta, Georgia that does a weather television channel, and they like naming winter storms. They are not officially named.
Okay.
There is nothing official about a winter name storm. We don't do that.
Okay, we only name hurricanes.
Yeah, stop that.
Stop that. All right, you heard it here first. Well, anyway, there was a travel advisory for Texas, and there was one for New Orleans for Tuesday. But the New Orleans has been, no, it's still on the list. Dang, I thought it was gone. Okay, well anyway, Tuesday there's a travel advisory.
As far as like plans, there are going to be a whole lot of audibles called on Tuesday because it's going to be how much do we actually see. I mean, I forecasted, I worked in Kansas. Snow forecasting was easy in that you knew it was going to snow.
Right.
What was difficult was accumulation. I mean, expert forecasters up in the Northeast will frequently bomb some of these snow accumulation forecasts just because the accumulation numbers are very difficult. Right. And we've actually been in discussions with the National Weather Service.
It's like how hot is the ground?
There's so many other factors, and then you have the what we call the liquid to frozen, liquid to snow ratio. And for New Orleans, or for the Gulf South, it's much different than if you were forecasting snow up in the plains. So that also.
Does our humidity have something to do with that?
The moisture in the atmosphere, so that kind of changes the almost the composure of the snow, and you kind of get that fluffy snow, or we tend to have kind of a wet, dense snow, then it kind of packs down a little bit more. So as far as the accumulations go, in terms of liquid water, it's not going to be all that much. It'll be what is able to then just kind of stack on top of each other, and that's what becomes more difficult in forecasting the accumulation numbers.
Well, I don't envy your job.
And it's tough because I only have to do this once every 5 or 10 years. So when we do have to do it, we kind of have to go through back to school with snow forecasting.
So are you being conservative with?
I think the numbers that I gave for what I'm thinking are, I think, more realistic.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a conservative, or I'm going on the higher end. This is where I think we probably will be.
Right.
But these numbers are very much subject to change. And it could be that we see, possibly a little bit more on the higher end, but those high numbers I was showing you as almost a joke graphic are the incredible extremes.
Somebody said that they fly out on Tuesday from MSY. It feels like it would be too dangerous to drive there. Thoughts on this? Yeah, I think it could be dangerous to drive on Tuesday based on what you're saying, but something about snow and ice is the bridges and the overpasses are the real concern. If you don't have to cross bridges and overpasses, being slow, being careful can get you where you need to go.
Yeah, just give yourself more time.
Whoever said that, Rebecca, make sure you are checking with your airline because you're under a travel advisory on Tuesday anyway. So just keep, don't leave until you know for sure that the plane is gonna go.
I wouldn't try and head to the airport and then get stuck at the airport.
Going to the airport being stuck is not a thing that I like.
It is a thing and nobody likes it.
It's a thing, but I don't want to do it.
No.
So be careful, Rebecca, as you head out there. Drive slow and be on some surface streets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, somebody's leaving she's leaving from Picayune. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have to cross the bridge? You have to cross
Yeah, if you're trying to get to the airport.
Okay. Rebecca, keep an eye on
And again, if you're trying to function on the West Bank and you don't have to cross the river, if you're trying to function on the East Bank, you're not trying to cross the river, or you're on the North Shore, or you're in Mississippi, you'll still be able to function. We're not recommending it, but you will still be able to get around. That's the whole trapped in your home is
you're not trapped.
You're not trapped. You'll be able to
trapped
function.
in your home during the snow is when there's an actual blizzard.
Right. We're talking feet of
snow.
This is not the case. Yes, it is
open
unusual.
The door and there's snow.
Right, and there's snow to your nose.
Yeah.
That's not this.
Yeah. People said they're going to make some gumbo on Tuesday.
Oh, could you bring it here? No, well.
Are you on the West Bank? Whoever said that, are you on the West Bank?
Could you make it tomorrow and bring it tomorrow?
No,
I don't want you on your road.
Chris, you don't need any. I got it.
Put words in my mouth. I need it.
He said he needs it. No, I'll take it.
That was your plan.
That was my plan. Whoever's making the gumbo, send it to me. Or let me know where you're at. Hopefully you're on the West Bank because I'm going to be on the West Bank.
Oh, that's right. You will be.
Yes. Okay. Somebody says, what is everyone cooking for the storm? That is true Louisiana fashion.
That's how we think. What are you cooking?
You got to make it's a party.
We've already started talking about you need something warm. You're staying at home,
safe.
so you need something warm. You need something warm.
Okay. Power outages, though, could happen.
It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible, but with regards to it being from ice, that's not looking as much of a widespread issue, as the ice does look to be a little bit more south of Houma toward the coast. That looks to be where we probably see more of the patchy ice.
Oh, should we run water tonight on the South Shore?
Not a bad idea. I would protect the pipes. We're going to be really close on the South Shore for our temperatures for a hard freeze, but I'd err on that side of caution. You want to do it from wherever your main line is, where the water comes into your home, go to the farthest faucet away from that point. So if it comes in on one side, go to the other side of the house, and just that, pencil lead thin, as thin as possible. It doesn't need to be on full blast. You just want a little trickle, just so there's motion in the pipes to prevent it from totally freezing over.
And I got an email saying to open your cabinet doors? Is that
I've heard that
yeah.
to keep those pipes warmer. I've heard doing that. It's not a
because
bad
your house
idea.
is warm too.
Yeah, so not a bad idea.
Yeah, let's protect the pipes.
Protect
and
the pipes
people,
and the people
plants,
and the plants.
And the pets.
I drove past, saw a lot of people with their pipes or their plants already covered up and brought inside. So you still got time today. Tomorrow, it's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Well, and when I think about like these snow and ice events, Texas had a really terrible ice event, and my mom's whole backyard garden dead.
Gone.
Oh, she was so devastated.
And when they had those massive power outages in Texas, that was ice storms. That wasn't snow.
My boss said it is up to me. Oh, that was ice storms. Yes. Mm-hmm. My boss said it is up to me, but can I drive at 7 a.m. in Hammond, or will it be snowing at 7 a.m.?
On Tuesday, we'll probably have some snow at 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning in Hammond, especially in Hammond.
Chad, I don't want to make a decision for your pockets now, but stay home if you can.
I don't want to make a decision.
People got, you got to make money, I understand.
Look, and all we can do is give you our best,
right?
Or not even the decision for you. We can give you the information, and I'll tell you what I am doing. My wife and kids, I've got to come into work, you got to come into work, so we got to get on the road.
Right.
But they're just hanging at home.
Right. And once I get to where I'm going,
then
I'm staying put.
Right.
Until somebody does something silly. And then I gotta go find you.
Please
don't do nothing silly. Baby, don't. Okay?
Don't put Whitney through it.
Don't.
Please don't.
We're trying to have a good snow day, okay?
Yes. We just want fun.
We do. We
just want fun.
We just want fun. This is serious, but you also have, I hope that people can just see the fun in this.
Absolutely.
But be smart.
Be smart with it.
Yes. Be smart. But
like I said, you don't have to leave. You don't have to go far to find the snow. It's coming to you.
Oh, and send pictures if you do make snow angels.
Yes, absolutely.
And stuff.
Oh, I hope we are inundated with pictures because I believe we're planning extended coverage on Tuesday, maybe tomorrow too. So whatever you can send us, send it so we can.
Things to talk about.
We need to fill that time.
How far south will it snow? I live in Jesuit Bend. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Probably so. I'm thinking Jesuit. I'm thinking even Port Fourchon, Grand Isle might get a little.
Grand Isle.
You may be getting some flurries in the air.
Sand?
My wife said that there is a Taylor Swift song about snow on the beach.
I've not seen that.
No, I'm not a Taylor Swift expert.
I don't know that. I like Taylor. I just don't know her songs like that. She's all right in my book.
Putting out there.
I just don't know the words.
Okay, there you go. Okay, at least you're honest.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else? Oh, somebody said they're making zuppa toscana and creamy tomato tortellini soup. Ooh. Tabitha.
Don't do that while I'm hungry.
Right, call me.
Don't do that to me while I'm hungry.
Okay, are we missing anything?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it. We're gonna, discuss this more at 10. We're gonna have.
When should I start eating my snacks so I don't run out early? West Bank area. Ooh, Wes, I'm coming over to get some of the snacks. Don't eat them till Tuesday.
Oh, okay, yeah, then wait. You're still good tomorrow. It's still going to be,
still have time to
it'll be a cold day,
yeah.
But it's going to be sunny.
Okay.
It's going to be in the upper 30s, low 40s, and windy. Tomorrow, again, tomorrow morning, wind chills are in the teens and low 20s. So it's going to be a cold morning and a cold day overall, but it's still going to be sunny tomorrow. So, getting out and running errands and doing any kind of last minute things, you're fine. And again, this isn't, we had a discussion earlier this morning with some of our news management. And while we may be covering this similar to severe weather or a hurricane, this is not a hurricane. This is something that we can have a little bit more fun with.
But here's the thing. People here can handle a hurricane.
Yeah,
they can handle the
True.
coverage. They can handle all that because they know what to expect. They don't know what to expect.
And to be perfectly honest, we don't know exactly what the impacts are going to be to us.
All right, we're going to be wrapping it up. So I see y'all have some of the questions are similar, but Hammond, they're going to see snow enough to make a snowman.
Yes. Oh. I'm thinking snowmen for many, if nothing else, a good snowball fight, and then. As you get down toward the, south of the city, you were probably talking more snow angel type accumulations. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it on up.
I think that covers it. We're going to be back on at 10 o'clock. And of course, we're going to be doing kind of more in-depth discussions tomorrow. And then here it comes on Tuesday.
I'm ready.
It's gonna be fun.
Listen, I'm ready. I'm excited.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna be safe.
You stay safe.
I
You
got
stay
my
smart.
snacks.
It'll be fun.
And whoever said they're making gumbo,
What snacks do you have?
I got some Cajun chips.
Ooh.
I'm gonna bring some for you. But whoever said they had gumbo, I'll be on the West Bank. I'll be on the West Bank. Okay, tune in. Stay with us. We got you covered online, on the social media, all of that. WWL Plus, okay? Follow us, watch us. We're going to keep you safe, and you're going to stay safe because you're going to stay in the house.
Yes.
Wrapped up and warm, cuddled up with your family, all right? Peace out.